So with news that Roberto De Zerbi will be leaving Brighton & Hove Albion after 2 seasons, and with the news coming out that he certainly won't be going to Bayern Munich despite a recent video, I thought it would be a good idea to have a look at what his AC Milan tactics would look like. Despite doing what I believe has been a tremendous job, Stefano Pioli has come under increasing scrutiny by most of all Milan supporters for his job in recent times. It's clear that Roberto De Zerbi is looking to come back to Italy, and he's most likely going to get a job at one of the top teams. So with that in mind, let's see how his principles, his systems would translate to this AC Milan team, and have a look at what it would look like in FC24. Welcome in, friend. My name is Ash, football scout and YouTuber, but most importantly of all, this is the home of FC24 tactics on YouTube. No one does it better than right here. No one puts more time into researching and analysing these teams, these managers, in order to replicate it as accurately as possible. With Roberto De Zerbi's principles, we know by now what he's looking to implement, and it translates really well to this Milan team and the personnel available. So let's have a look first at the position changes. So we've gone for the simple 4-2-3-1 wide system, or the 4-2-1-3, whichever you prefer, because you're going to want to move both Leao and Pulisic up to the wing positions, left wing and right wing. It's also important that we have the two fullbacks, Calabria, Hernandez, inside this time. They're going to be wing backs, and what that's going to do is going to help them invert. Now, Hernandez isn't going to be that out and out inverted fullback as we kind of associate it with. However, what he is going to do is a lot of the time he's going to instigate runs from those half channels, in those half spaces more, and this is the best way to get him doing that. Benacer is going to be as that defensive midfielder, that deeper line playmaker, that ball progressor, and then Reinders, in this case, he's actually going to be at RCM, and what this is going to do is going to push him up a little bit further and help him to support attacks in those attacking phases. What about from a tactical perspective then? Well, we're going to go through the tactical instructions, but before we do, I quickly want to say, if you haven't done so already, check out my Patreon. The link is down below, because on there you can get access to fantastic perks, including exclusive tactics videos that are only available on Patreon, not available on YouTube. McKenna's Ipswich, we've got PSV on there, we've got Hirora on there, we've got a whole range of systems that I think you guys are really going to enjoy, as well as behind the scenes videos of my scouting career, the FC24 tactics package, Discord server access, and a whole lot more. And I want to say a huge thank you to all of the people on there who are supporting me, because without them, this channel would not continue anymore. So please do go and check it out. The link is down below, and a great way to support the channel as well. With regards to these tactical instructions then, we've got press after possession loss, a counter pressing system. That's what he likes his teams to do. We've got a team width down on 20, a regular occurrence in these tactical videos these days, but it really does get a good basis for what is a narrow, compact shape, and a lot of teams are going to employ that naturally out of possession. Depth is on 90, you're going to push this block right up, even more so with the fact that you've got a fast defence here. The likes of Hernandez, Tomori, Kalulu, etc. These are fast players, and it's really going to help you to instigate that high line to a successful degree. Build-up plays on slow build-up and chance creation is possession. Don't need to talk about this one too much. We know his principles going forward. He wants to progress the ball through the thirds. He wants to kind of, or at least from the Brighton team, what we've seen is those centre-backs stepping on the ball, coaxing teams into it, putting their foot on the ball, and trying to draw out that press before playing into midfield. It's something you'll see me do in the gameplay if you glance over every so often, and it does actually work to a really good degree. So do go and check that out as well. Width is on 30, the lowest you can have it on balance before it goes to narrow. What we can do here is we can keep that balance between having the wingers staying out wide, Leao and Pulisic, but also getting the likes of Calabria, etc., inverting to a more effective degree. Players in the box is on 6, that's going to give you roughly 3 to 4 players in the box in crossing situations, and in the corners of free kicks, both of these are on 4. Now let's talk about the player instructions then, shall we? Starting off with Mike Maignan in goal, we've got him on comes or crosses, and he's saving outside the box is going to be on sweeper keeper. With regards to the two centre-backs, there are no need to change anything, but as I alluded to already, do go and check out the gameplay on the right hand side, because you will see me kind of putting my foot on the ball, dragging the ball back and coaxing the opposition into pressing forward. That's the most important thing from those two centre-backs. Calabria, as we've mentioned, is going to be that out and out inverted fullback, so he's going to be on joining attack for attacking runs, but his run type is going to be on inverted, whereas with Hernandez on the other side, it's going to be mixed attack for his run type, something he already does now. Sometimes when Leao, or often when Leao, is out wide, stretching the pitch, close to the touchline, Hernandez will exploit the space in the half channels, and he does a really good job of that. But at the same time, when Leao drives forward with the ball and will look to kind of cut inside and drive inside with the ball, he'll then overlap. You know, he's very versatile in that regard, so he can do both. Benacer is going to be that deeper ball progressor, that playmaker, so to speak. So his defensive behaviour is going to be on cut passing lanes, and his attacking support is going to be stay back whilst attacking. Defensive position is cover centre, and then positioning freedom is going to be deep line playmaker, as that enables him to drop into those pockets more effectively. On to Reinders next then. His attacking support is stay back whilst attacking, but then his support on crosses is balanced crossing runs. Now, it's very important that whilst we don't want him running in beyond the striker, it's not something they do, he will support on crosses. So think of kind of the Pascal Gross role that you've seen at Brighton, for instance. I think this is going to be very, very close to that. With regards to his other instructions, his positioning freedom is free roam, as he'll find pockets and areas of space in order to pick up the ball and show for it, and his defensive position is cover wing. Now, with Ruben Loftus-Cheek, you've got a player that De Zerbi hasn't really had in terms of his archetype. He hasn't had that really big, powerful central midfielder who likes to drive forward at the ball and can kind of change the pace of attacks. But I think it's a sort of player that could work really well in this system, something that's quite intense and obviously has a lot of the ball as well. So his defensive support is come back on defence. He's going to be on getting to the box of the crosses, and his positioning freedom is going to be drift wide, as he will support those wingers who are going to be stretched out wide, and you want to make sure that they aren't going to be too isolated, so to speak. Pulisic and Leao are going to just play him perfectly to De Zerbi's system, absolutely perfectly, and he's going to enjoy kind of playing with them and utilising them. They're on comeback on defence, getting tracking back. His stay wide is his chance creation, and his support runs a get in behind, and his support on crosses is getting to the box of the cross. Layout is also exactly the same as well. Obviously, you could change his comeback on defence to basic if you wanted him to stay forward a bit more and conserve some more of his energy, but I think De Zerbi would want to make sure that he's tracking back as well. Now, obviously, with them losing Olivier Giroud, they are going to have a void up front. For now, we've got Jovic in this position. Again, the sort of striker that I think he could work really well with. Not blessed with pace, but technically has all of the attributes to really fill that role very, very well. He's on drift wide through support runs, and his attacking runs is actually on false 9. Similar to what we see someone like João Pedro do, where, yeah, he's not an out-and-out false 9, but he will drop into some pockets here and there, and then you've got runners in and around him. So in this case, Pulisic, Leao, Loftus-Cheek, they're going to run off him. And so as a result, he's going to drop into those pockets. Finally, his defensive support is stay forward. And so with that being said, I am going to finish it off there. If you've made it through to the end, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell to get notifications every time I upload. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, don't forget to check out my Patreon. The link to that is down below, because that is where you're going to get access to all of these fantastic perks, like the exclusive tactics videos that you can't find on the YouTube channel. With that being said, my friend, I'm going to finish it off there. My name is Ash, and until the next one, I will see you soon.